going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you. Excuse me. It is Tuesday, June 21st. Yeah, June 21st. Wow. And the time of this recording is 8:50 a.m. I have to do this so it reminds me to not take forever to upload these videos. So I hope you guys had a great morning so far. And I hope it gets even better for you. The market is doing what the market does. We're going to go over that. John Deaton and connected Congress. Wow. Interesting stuff from the GOP coming over about Gary Gensler, about some the ethics committee, I guess you will, the inspector general not responding. Very interesting stuff. Oracle Swap is launched on Songbird Network, and I think it's really important to note that a lot of times, certainly not financial advice, but being first on something that is new, like Songbird Network, and being first there, a lot of advantages to that. I'm going to look more into Oracle Swap. They have a YouTube channel, got a Twitter page. I was dabbling a little bit on this decentralized exchange there. But there's something about it. There is something about it, I got to tell you. So I'm going to look into some more. Shout out to Minus Wells for letting us all know about that. But they do have a Twitter page and have a YouTube channel. We're going to cover that as well. My guy, Garrett Soloway, was on Kick Code News. He's becoming quite the celebrity for sure. Look, anything coming out of the BIS should be scary, in my opinion. Scary, because they ain't looking out for you and I. Look, we all know that central bank digital currency is going to become a thing for sure. And the central banks, again, they want to become more relevant than they have been. And there is going to be a battle between the central banks and the regular commercial banks for relevancy. It is very obvious to me that is going to happen for sure. And remember, like Mr. Wallace from Ripple said, the vast majority of money in this system comes from the commercial banks, right? So the vast majority of money in the financial system comes from the commercial banks and its fractional reserve banking, blah, 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 blah. So understand that is as well. So guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. So let's look at the market. I was going over these numbers here. The Bitcoin dominance is at 41.6%. Yeah, just not a great number. The total cryptocurrency market cap is at 978 billion, and that's up 3.6% in 24 hours. So let us not forget that the total cryptocurrency market cap at one time was over 3 billion. Bitcoin is at $21,502 again. Ethereum is at $1,170 again. XRP is at 33.3 cents again. Yeah, you see a lot of double figure greens, excuse me, on a 7-day. Kind of figured that was going to happen after so many of the double figure greens on a 24 hours. You know, you can say what you want. Look, this is definitely a trader's market. People who do know how to trade are doing really well at this time. I can tell you that for sure, because they're happy with that 5, 10, 15% wins, right? You get 10, 20 of those 5, 10, 15% wins, and they add up. So yeah, it is what it is. I hope the traders are doing well. I hope that they're not getting wrecked. I hope they're doing really well. It looks like they are. Phantom token is 28 cents. Oh man, can't get enough dry powder soon enough. I gotta tell you that. I mean, look at these, 341%. The sell token in the last 7 days is up 341%. Oh man, the power of the community, huh? Power of the freaking community right there. 341%. Cool. Got tons of them. Cool. Interesting stuff. Titan swap. What in the wide world? Titan swap. Anyway, Top 100, there it is. Shout out to Celsius Network. Shout out to Alex Mashinsky. My thoughts and prayers are with you. I hope that you can get some things going, and it's looking better. I can say that. That's all I can say, but it is looking better. So my thoughts and prayers for full recovery for sure. This is Simon Dixon, the Bank to the Future CEO, investment firm, banktothefuture.com, and the guy who offered to help with the recovery plan. Yeah, looks really, really exciting. It really, really does for Celsius Network and that plan. We'll see if that is adopted. But he put this out, and I think this is so important to really understand the bigger picture. I smell a rat in the leverage boom and deleverage crash. Someone pointed out all the major investors in the FTX exchange. One of them is BlackRock. I smell a rat in a leverage boom and deleverage crash. It ends with banks buying up crypto companies and stripping them of their assets before the CBDC rollout. Bigger picture. Bigger freaking picture. Don't get me wrong, the crypto sector is screwed up, doing all the things I teach investors to avoid doing, but I'm following the money. Yeah, buying up all the crypto companies. You can talk M&A all you want, but the idea is to strip them of their assets. Bottom line. John Deaton in the news again. We appreciate you, brother. Expert reports have been submitted and depositions completed. But the last few weeks have totally proven XRP's price is not driven by Ripple, but by Bitcoin. Right, Garlinghouse announced ODL increased 6 to 8x, and Ripple is hiring while others are laying off. Yet, XRP price is 33 cents. Crypto Eddie says here, Mr. Katal of SBI gave an investor presentation today in Nagoya. On page 167 of 187 pages, it states XRP's ODL would be examined for utilization in the SBI Motor Africa business model when Ripple's U.S. trials have ended in the desired results. So look, we all know that Mr. Yoshikaka Katal is that dude. He is the biggest fan by far of XRP. He is going to make sure XRP gets used throughout Japan without question. We all know about the banks, this motor thing, motocross business, sure, but he's been using XRP in a lot of different ways. Crypto Eddie's latest video does point that out. You should definitely check it out. You should definitely check out that video. She laid out about 6 or 7 or maybe 7 or 8 different things that Mr. Yoshitaka Katal alone is doing. Shout out to you, Crypto Eddie. I hope you are doing well, miss. Let us not forget here. Gary Gensler invites the public here to reach out to us. Reach out to us, right? If someone is not following rules. Empower US did that on May 9th with a referral of evidence of violations of ethics directives by SEC high officials to the SEC Inspector General. Now, GOP leader Representative Kevin McCarthy has replied to a Connect to Congress message that Empower's referrals raised additional questions pertaining to senior staff compliance with ethics rules, and I will continue to monitor this issue. The SEC Inspector General has not yet acknowledged receipt of the Empower US referral. It's time for individual members of the Senate and House Banking Committee to write the Inspector General, confirm receipt, and demand updates on the next steps. Connect to Congress. So you can connect to Congress, right? crypto-law.us. It's a Connect to Congress button, right? And it's probably something going to be hooked up directly to the Senate and House Banking Committee people there, right? To get the Inspector General to acknowledge receipt of this letter, right? So Empower US is on it. They've written to the Inspector General with evidence of violations of the ethics thing. And I know that their IG just recently retired at the SEC. He retired, he resigned, he retired early. So he left in May. He left in May because it's very, very obvious that what William Hinman did in violations. and he doesn't want anything to freaking do it. A shout out to Darren Moore. I hope you're well, bro. He did a really, really great video on XRP Ledger update, the automated market maker on the decentralized exchange on the Ledger. I think David Schwartz was being interviewed at a conference, and he talked about the this feature that they're going to add to the decentralized exchange. A lot of people don't know, but the first decentralized exchange was on the XRP Ledger, a decentralized exchange. The first decentralized exchange was actually on the XRP Ledger. Yeah, pretty cool. And we're after Kahneman responded to the video at minute 9:40. It's a quote: "The XRP Ledger has a unique automated market maker implementation, letting liquidity providers take a large share of profits that would otherwise go to arbitrators. Can't talk about it yet. Ripple can't get there alone." Ralph Kahneman says, hard not to get Bob Wade vibes listening to that. Yeah. Interesting stuff. So I don't know when that video came out, but it was really, really good to listen to. Check out Darren Moore on YouTube. He just does an amazing job. Absolutely amazing freaking job with his work and research. I'm going to share my guy with you a little bit here. He's on Kick Code News. If you really want to figure out kind of what's going on in the market, what's going on with Bitcoin, because that kind of says what's kind of going to go on with the market, you want to check this guy out. Take a listen to this. Let's go here.
The weekend, Bitcoin broke a key psychological level, $20,000. You were calling for that. You said that it may go below $20,000, and it did. So what exactly drove the sell-off, Gareth? Let's start with that, and then you can comment on your next key price targets.
Absolutely. So amazing, right? I mean, we've seen such a collapse from the 65-ish thousand when we were doing that live interview in Dubai, which was just awesome. I still remember I was the loneliest man in the room. No one really wanted to talk to me too much there. I kind of had to stand in the corner because I was the only one that was bearish. But again, price is always king. Charts are always truth versus emotion. And I think we always have to remember that whether you're a bull or a bear, price and price charts are what's going to give you the clearest signal. So we saw the break of 20,000 just this past, really this past weekend. And the key here is to understand why it broke 20,000, because there were a lot of people saying, hey, 20,000 is the low, and by the way, they all came on once we got to like 30, they all piled on the bandwagon. But the bottom line is when you have everyone calling for a low of 20, you have a lot of people putting stops just under 20. And it's the tendency of a market to run those stops, make people freak out, make the weak hands exit, and then you finally get a short-term bottom. And I think that's what we have here on Bitcoin. And again, I want to show you a couple things of why I think it's a bottom. So we're going to turn over to the charts here. And what you could see here is that we had this collapse from about 40,000 down to about 26 or so, 25 and 26. That move down of 14,000, it's about $14,000, was replicated perfectly with a measured move down to about 17,500. So that's a measured move. That gives you a good basis for a low. In addition, if we take a look, we know that the January or the December 2017 high, that was a major level. We have now recaptured it after just piercing it briefly. So we know that's support. And then even one more little tidbit of great technical analysis is that if you take the low from March of 2020, which is the low from COVID, which was the lowest point going back to quite a while on Bitcoin, it was around $4,000. And if you connect it to this recent low and you drag a parallel line up, you get the two highs from last April as well as November. So there's a confluence of technical supports right here that signal to me, at least we have a bounce here, probably to 25 to 30,000 in the cards.
Okay. How long is this bounce going to take? Or how long is it going to take to get to 25K, you think?
So I think it'll be faster. I think as we get and stay above 20,000, a lot more people are going to start to say, hey, we have a major low in Bitcoin. And you're going to see the bulls come back with a vengeance, trying to say, okay, now we're going to start heading back up to all-time highs. I think that'll propel it over the next probably 3 to 6 weeks back to 25 to 30,000, which again, from 17,000 is a low, or 17.5 percentage-wise, that's massive. Now, if you're in from 60 or 65, that doesn't seem such a good bounce. But again, in percentage terms, that's a major, major move. Now, once we get there, unfortunately, I still see more downside. I still think that we will likely head down to probably about 12,000, which is my second price target on the downside.
12.
Yeah, 12,000. So yeah, so expecting a bump up to about 25, 30 when we get there. Yep. Looking around somewhere around 12,000. I like his stuff. I did subscribe to his service. I told you guys that I was doing that. I was doing the swing trading. This is the guy that I liked the most, what I looked into. And yeah, he's apparently done. He just he was just on Alessio Rastani's channel as well. They did a big interview with his members, with Alessio Rastani's members. He has a membership thing. And so, yeah, Garrett's making the rounds for sure. And I really, really do like what he's saying, because he comes from outside of crypto. And I think that's really, 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 really important, so that you can get a better perspective. I think this is interesting. Someone from BlackRock talking about crypto, which means to me that they've already kind of situated their position. They're all set up. You know, they got everything in place. And again, for me, the big plan is for Wall Street, right, to take the crypto away from us, and we have to come to them for crypto. Not a great look. So BlackRock Global Fixed Income CIO Rick Reeder on crypto. It's a durable business. Yeah, no kidding. But there's so much excess built around it. It's not terribly dissimilar from the internet bubble. You have to de-gear that dynamic. And I think we're seeing that today. Yeah. Welcome to the party, pal. So there's the Oracle swap thing I mentioned earlier. Interesting stuff. I can't wait to use it. I have not yet. This is their Twitter page. And again, this is a swap, the first swap on the Songbird network. Not financial advice, but I think there's something about being first. Yeah, there's something about it. It can pay off. I think a Uniswap for sure. There's something about that when that happens. So Lotus Car says, we are launching NFTs. We have partnered with industry expert NFT Pro and Ripple to create an exclusive community of automotive enthusiasts, collectors, and crypto fans. I can't wait to hear more. About this for sure. I think that's going to be an interesting NFT to have. Certainly not financial advice, but I do think so. Look, this is from the Bank for International Settlement, the fusion of new capabilities around the core of trust provided by central bank money. I'm not sure how you put trust and central bank money in the same sentence, but they do. In a new video, Mr. Shen here, BIS Economic Advisor and Head of Research, explains what the financial system of the future will look like. Take a listen.
Well, we certainly need to address the financial stability and investor protection issues. But as we say in the chapter, there are deeper structural issues. For example, the role of stablecoins, which are very central in this ecosystem. So it tells us that the whole system is in search of a nominal anchor. So if central bank money didn't exist, it would need to be invented, as it were. The more serious problem is the fragmentation of the crypto universe, which means that crypto cannot serve the purpose of money in the sense that it doesn't recreate this virtuous circle from greater acceptance to greater use.
Interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. So again, with trust and money, trust is money. This is Augustine Carson, a central banker or central banks. Yeah, look, again, the central bank digital currency is the thing that's certainly going to happen, but they're not looking out for our better half. They never have, and they never will. If we're in a position to kind of leverage what they're trying to leverage, that'll be cool. And certainly as XRP holders, we'll be able to do that. So, but if you wanted to see one company with all the centralized players, look no further than FTX exchange. Key investors are Binance, BlackRock, and Blackstone. That should just tell you everything right there. BlackRock and Blackstone. Never mind, Do Kwon's partner. Yeah, these are the people, you know, kind of in the front trying to short squeeze Celsius. And again, it's so hugely important to understand that the vast majority of these new blockchains that are out today are owned by VCs. And who owns the VCs? BlackRock, JP Morgan, Vanguards. They're trying to take your crypto. Check out the live stream I did yesterday, guys. It's an eye opener for you. They are trying to take your crypto. Pay close attention to it. They are definitely trying to take your crypto. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this up. This kind of wraps up the XRP Daily News in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope it has been of value to you. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this.
Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.